The main distinction between a poor and a rich person is that the former accumulates wealth, while the latter prioritizes asset creation. So, what are assets and liabilities? First and foremost, you've read it in Commerce. But Robert Kiyosaki has provided a very simple concept that everyone can grasp. Today, a child in 6th grade can understand. Robert Kiyosaki defines an asset as something brings money into your pocket. And what is a liability? It is something that draws money from your pocket. Today's video is really crucial. This is especially beneficial for anyone seeking to advance in life. They accumulate assets that generate income. You can see that people earn $10,000, $15,000, and $20,000. But what do? They are purchasing phones on EMI. According to recent research, the majority of iPhones sold in India are on EMI. What do people do? They cannot afford it. However, they believe they can purchase it on EMI. And you're building a debt trap in your life. What constitutes a debt trap? It is a life on loan. You spend your entire life giving loans. Today, we shall learn numerous things step by step. We will learn how to construct liabilities in assets. In fact, your existing liabilities that you have already brought at home. We will talk about those things. How can they bring money in your pocket? So, we were talking about Rahul. Rahul comes from a middle-class family. Now he can make many mistakes in life. But now as he is moving forward in this series, he is becoming financially aware and smart. So, he has to understand that he has to create assets in life. The more assets you have, the more you can become a wealthy person. So, let's start. What are the things that we have to bring in our focus? Before I start, there is a very important message that I would like to give you something today. And I'll demonstrate that with a story. This is the story of Italy. There was a village in Italy. There was an odd tradition in that village. As the parents grew older and were a burden on the household, when they were unable to perform their own bodily activity, the eldest son used to take his parents to the top of the mountain. From there, he used to pressure his parents. You're now feeling horrible just thinking about it. But this was the community tradition. When the boy took his parents, everyone would gather. So, once the turn comes of a boy from that village. But his mother was not there. Only his father was there. Now the father used to leave the house. He knew that today was his last day. And the whole village used to get together. He knew that he was leaving now. And everyone was looking at him. Everyone was smiling. But the boy used to cry. He used to leave that village. But on the way, he used to think that my father raised me all my life. He taught me so much. I have so many memories with him. How can I push him? I can't do this, and he used to tell his father that I am not going to push you. His father used to tell him that no, everyone in the village does this. I have become a burden on you. Throw me from the mountain. I will die. There is no problem. You will live happily. He used to say no, I will not do this. Now in the evening, he used to bring his father home. He didn't tell anyone. No one knew that he came back. Gradually, the boy in the village becomes very successful. Becomes very rich. After a few years, people ask him, we were all the same. How did you become so rich? He explains, you all told me to push my father. I just couldn't do it. Even today, my father is still living. And every evening I see him. He teaches me valuable lessons. And today, he is my most valuable possession. And what do the people do? They make their parents responsible. So now we're talking about liabilities, assets. Liability might be anything which is a burden on you. Takes money from your pocket. But how do you turn your liabilities into assets? This is very crucial. I've told you the story. Because there is a very good message in this story. So the things we understand as liabilities. It is not necessary that we have liabilities. In fact, Robert Kiyosaki himself says, Rich Dad Poor Dad's author says, that today people are giving birth to children. They don't think. They don't do any financial planning. And they give birth to children. Children are liabilities. Now there will be many people in India who will contradict. How can Robert Kiyosaki say that? Children are assets for us. Now what is in India? You will understand one thing. First of all, our parents. I am talking about India. Not in foreign countries. What do parents do in foreign countries? After 18 years, they inform their children. Live your life. Live in your own house. To dwell in this house, you must pay rent. Some viewers may have been watching this video for over 18 years. If your parents ask you to live in this house, you must pay rent. How will you feel? This occurs in foreign countries. But this does not occur in India. In India, our mentality differs. Our upbringing was different. Our values differ. So, there are parents. First and foremost, we are taught to respect our parents. So no one forces their parents to come here. But what's going on these days? This is a bit of a fancy word. This is a bit of a fancy word. This is also a bit of a Western word. Because in India, if you go a few years ago, 100 years ago, so people didn't actually retire. They worked till their last breath. And when they got a little old, they couldn't even work. So people used to take advice from them. They were actively involved in financial decisions, in business decisions, and in personal decisions. But what happened in today's date? No one takes advice from parents. Everyone thinks they are oversmart. Here, parents trust their children so much. They spend so much. They spend on education. They spend on spending. Parents say, you can like, subscribe. Click on the bell icon. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.